Hello everyone and very good afternoon. So welcome back, and in today's class we have to continue with our chapter measures of dispersion. So we have started our chapter in the last session and we had completed with a range and quartile deviation. Also we had covered mean deviation. Now in today's session we have to basically cover standard deviation and then some mixed question of all these topics. Okay. So let's see who all are live with us now. Harshita is there, then Sandhya, Om Gupta, Mohammed Shoaib, Anand Goyal, Shreya, Apurva, Chanchal, Saloni, Amit, Sakshi, Gautam, Ayush, Amar, Anand, Supriya, great, Vidisha, Aditi. So very good afternoon, everyone. So let us continue with our chapter. So today's topic is basically with standard deviation. Now, standard deviation is treated as one of the most important measures of dispersion, not only from the exam point of view, but also when we compare all the four measures of dispersion. तो जब हम चारों dispersion को, चारों measures of dispersion को compare करते हैं, तो सबसे अच्छी properties, सबसे better result किसका माना जाता है? स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का. ओके. सो द फर्स्ट टॉपिक विच वी हैड कवर्ड वाज रेंज. नाउ रेंज में एक ड्रॉबैक था. ड्रॉबैक क्या था? रेंज इज सिंपली कंप्यूटेड फ्रॉम टू वैल्यूज. रेंज सिर्फ और सिर्फ दो वैल्यू पे डिपेंडेंट है, दैट इज हाईएस्ट वैल्यू एंड लोवेस्ट वैल्यू. उसके अलावा बाकी सारी वैल्यूज का कोई मतलब नहीं है. तो दिस इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट ड्रॉबैक. इसलिए हम रेंज पे रिलाय नहीं कर सकते हैं फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस. देन रेंज का इंप्रूवमेंट आया है. तो सेकेंड वर्जन था क्वार्टाइल डेविएशन. तो इन दिस क्वार्टाइल डेविएशन वी हैड कंसिडर्ड मिडल 50% ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन. अब दो से भले 50%, यानी कि कुछ और ज्यादा ऑब्जर्वेशंस को हमने इंक्लूड करना शुरू कर दिया. बट उसके बाद एक और डेवलपमेंट हुआ, दैट वाज मीन डेविएशन. एंड मीन डेविएशन इज बेस्ड ऑन ऑल द ऑब्जर्वेशन. ये सारे ऑब्जर्वेशन के ऊपर बेस्ड है. बस थोड़ी सी कैलकुलेशन करने में टाइम जरूर लगता है, बिकॉज we have to calculate first mean, median, or mode, and after that deviation is computed. So this was mean deviation, and now the fourth one is standard deviation. Okay. So let us read this paragraph first. Although mean deviation is an improvement over range so far as measure of dispersion is considered, but mean deviation is difficult to compute and it cannot be treated mathematically. यानी कि बहुत सारी mathematical properties वहां पर काम नहीं आती है. So the best measure of dispersion is standard deviation, which does not possess demerits. उसमें रेंज की demerits नहीं है और ना ही मीन डेविएशन की demerits है. So how do we calculate standard deviation? What is the basic definition of standard deviation? So it is, for a given set of observation, it is defined as the root mean square deviation taken from arithmetic mean. This is the simplest definition, and as per this definition, we can form a formula. We can form a formula. Okay. So first root is written. So standard deviation is equal to root. So we have written root. Then mean. Mean means sum of observations divided by total number of observations. This is mean. Then square of deviation. So we have to take the deviation. किसका deviation लेना है? Observation का. That is means x का deviation लेना है और उसका square करना है. Now this deviation is to be taken from arithmetic mean. So we can write x bar. So sigma x minus x bar whole square upon n, and then under root. So this becomes the formula for standard deviation. Now standard deviation is denoted by a symbol small sigma. What is the symbol? The symbol of standard deviation is sigma. This is also known as neta. This is also known as neta. So this is the symbol of standard deviation. Then square of standard deviation is known as variance. Square of standard deviation is known as variance, and it is written as sigma square, or you can say neta square. Neta square. Then next point you can write down standard deviation for standard deviation in case of when all observations are equal. When all observations are equal, then value of standard deviation will be 0. When all the values are same, let's say all the values are 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. Now, if you calculate mean, mean is also 5. If you take deviation, then deviation become 0. So when all the observations are same, जब सारे observation एक जैसे हैं, then standard deviation की value क्या हो जाएगी? 0 हो जाएगी. एंड जो एक बात यहाँ पे फोकस करने की है वो ये है कि इन केस ऑफ मीन डेविएशन वी हैड सीन दैट डेविएशन वाज टेकन फ्रॉम सेंट्रल वैल्यू, दैट मींस इधर मीन, मीडियन और मोड, तीनों में से कहीं से भी हम डेविएशन ले सकते हैं. बट हियर डेविएशन इज टेकन ओनली फ्रॉम अर्थमेटिक मीन. डेविएशन इज टेकन ओनली फ्रॉम अर्थमेटिक मीन, दैट इज एक्स बार. ऑलराइट. Then standard deviation is always greater than equal to 0. Standard deviation की वैल्यू 0 या उससे ग्रेटर ही होगी. इट कैन नेवर बी नेगेटिव. स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन कभी भी नेगेटिव नहीं होगा. नाउ आपको सोच के बताना है, क्या मीन डेविएशन कभी नेगेटिव आ सकता है या नहीं आ सकता? कैन मीन डेविएशन बी नेगेटिव और नॉट? Come on, everybody. You can answer this question. Very easy question is this. Can mean deviation be negative or not? Superva says, I'm very much enjoying your classes. Thank you so much. That's great. Gautam says, no, mean deviation cannot be negative. Anyone else who can answer this question? So as we have done mean deviation, we use modulus. And whenever modulus is used, it can never be negative. So it is always positive. So mean deviation is always positive. Varun has written it can be negative. Mohammed Shoaib has written it can be negative. And most of you have written no. So Priyanka has written no, M. Kishore no, Bidisha no, Amar no. Then Krishnam Radhi says no, Asha says no, Navya, Khushi, no, Ashish Kumar, no. Great. So most of you have given answer no. So mean deviation can never be negative. Negative नहीं हो सकता. So can range be negative or not? क्या range negative हो सकता है? Think and answer. Can range be negative or not? Naman says no. Saloni, no. Okay. So this time you have to answer for range. Can range be negative or not? Final answer. Everyone. Yes. So some of you have given no, some have given yes. Mixed answers are there. Vishal Sharma says possible. Anand says no. Prasad, Rishikesh, no. Pavan, Kushi, Amit, no. Sakshi says no. Then Suchiang, no. Ashish, no. Okay. And some are saying yes. Chanchal is saying yes. Vipasa is saying yes. Varun is saying no. Okay. So let's take negative values also. -10, -15, -20, -40. Now, for calculation of range, what is the formula? Highest minus lowest. What is the highest value here? -10. What is the lowest value? -40. Now you have to subtract. What is the result? +30. So range can never be negative because we are subtracting subtracting lowest from highest. That is why range will also be positive, quartile deviation will also be positive. So in short, all the measure of dispersion will be positive, or you can say that they can never be negative. Okay. All right. So standard deviation is greater than equal to 0. Now, in case of two observation, when only two observations are available, then standard deviation is equal to half of range. Standard deviation is equal to half of range. Now, half of range means h minus L divided by 2. H minus L upon 2. Okay. So this is the formula when only two observations are available. Then standard deviation in case of n natural numbers. Standard deviation in case of n natural numbers. Now, how do we calculate standard deviation in case of n natural numbers? Kush is asking, are you able to see my comments? Yes, I am receiving most of the comments. Yes. Now, standard deviation in case of n natural numbers. Can anyone answer this? Apurva says range can be 0 but not negative. Right, correct. Now, 0 is possible when highest and lowest value both are same. Then range can be 0, but it can never be negative. It can never be negative. All right. Okay. Anyone? Someone has given the answer. Suchiang has given. Om Gupta has given root n square minus 1 upon 12. Root n square minus 1 upon 12. So this is the formula for standard deviation of first n natural numbers. Let's say if you are given first 7 natural numbers, first 7 natural numbers. Now, what are first natural numbers? It begins from 1 to 1, 2, 3, up to 7. So this is first 7 natural numbers. Now, what you have to do, write 7 in place of n to 7 square minus 1 upon 12. So it becomes 48 by 12. Your result will be 2. So standard deviation is equal to 2. All right. So this is standard deviation for first and natural numbers. Now, in case of two observations, what you have to do? Let's say two observations are there. One is 30, other one is 10. So if you want to find standard deviation, then it says 30 minus 10 divided by 2. Highest minus lowest upon 2. Result will be 10. So in this way, you can calculate standard deviation for two observations. All right. So this is very basic till now. Now the main formula which we have to use for standard deviation. Let's write the main formulas. So standard deviation we have to calculate for individual series. Individual series. So in case of individual series, frequency is not available. So how can we calculate standard deviation? Let's write the formulas. The first formula we can say is direct method. Direct method. Standard deviation is equal to root of sigma x square upon n minus sigma x upon n whole square. Sigma x square upon n minus sigma x upon n whole square. This is known as the direct method. Second one is known as shortcut method. Shortcut method. Now, in case of shortcut method, what we have to do, in case of x, write dx. Replace x with dx. Now, what is dx? Dx means deviation taken from assumed mean. Deviation taken from assumed mean. That is x minus a. X minus a. So let's write the formula. Rest everything is same. Sigma dx square upon n minus sigma dx upon n whole square. So this is the formula for standard deviation using shortcut method. And the third one is using mean. Using mean. So here you can say that if we have to take deviation from mean, the formula is sigma x minus x bar whole square upon n. This is the formula for using mean. So these are basically three formulas. So basically dispersion का meaning क्या है? Dispersion shows variation or fluctuation among the data. So data में कितना variation है, कितना fluctuation है, ये calculate करने के लिए there are four measures of dispersion, and out of these four the best measure of dispersion is standard deviation. तो standard deviation को सबसे best measure of dispersion माना जाता है. तो ये हमें सिर्फ इतना बताता है कि हाउ मच इज द वेरिएशन, कि जो हमारे पास डेटा है वो कितना स्कैटर्ड है, कितना फैलाव उसके अंदर है. ओके, सो नाउ लेट्स सॉल्व स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन using one example. So let's take the figures. X is 10, 20 and then 30. Now one by one we will try using all these formulas. If you try the first formula, what you require, sigma x is required. Sigma x is 60. Then sigma x square is also required. So you can write x square, 10 square, 20 square, and then 30 square. So what is the total? 1400. Now apply this formula. You have to apply this formula here. So standard deviation will be root of 1400 upon 3 minus 60 upon 3 whole square. Okay, now you can simplify. 1400 upon 3 minus 60 by 3 is 20 and 20 square becomes 400. You can take LCM and simplify root 200 upon 6. Root of 200 upon 6. And on final calculation, you are getting 8.16. So this is your answer. Okay, 8.16. So this is using direct method. Now, if you want to calculate using shortcut method, then we have to assume something. कुछ तो assume करना पड़ेगा. So let us assume number 10. Let this be A. So you have to calculate dx. What is dx? X minus A. So this deviation we have to calculate. So 10 minus 10, 0, 20 minus 10, and then 30 minus 10. Okay. Now, according to formula, we require dx square and sigma dx. So sigma dx is 30. Then we can also calculate dx square is 0, 100, and 400. Total will be 500. Now, let's apply the formula. So 500 upon 3 minus 30 upon 3 whole square. So how much you are getting? 500 by 3 minus 10 square is 100. So again, you are getting the same answer, 200 upon 3. That means 8.16. So method चाहे कोई भी हो, answer remains same. So using direct method and then using shortcut method, we are getting the same answers. Okay. Now let us calculate using the third method, which is using mean. Now, in case of using mean, you need X bar, that is arithmetic mean. So X bar is equal to sigma X upon N. So 60 by 3 gives us 20. Now you have to take deviation from arithmetic mean. So let's take X minus X bar. So 10 minus 20, 20 minus 20, and then 30 minus 20. But we require a square. X minus X bar whole square is required. So it is 100, 0, and then 100. So total will be 200. Now, as per formula, you can write 200 divided by n. N is 3. The final answer is 8.16. So using all these methods, you have got the same answer. You have got the same answer, that is 8.16. Okay. So this we have done. Now, let me give you one question. Let's write the question here only. You have to solve now. You can use any method and find the result. X is 20, 30, and 40. Find out standard deviation. You can use any method, but you have to solve within 1 minute and get the answer. Okay. So Priyanka says crystal clear. That's great. Then Mrs. Shirin has given answer S. S means same. Bhumika has given 8.16, Varun Verma 8.16, Rohani Jain, Mohammad Shoaib, everyone has given 8.16. So 8.16 is the correct answer. So again, why answer is 8.16 this time? Why 8.16 this time? Because if you see the previous values were 10, 20 and 30. Now, if you carefully observe, हमने क्या किया है सारे ऑब्जर्वेशन को 10 से इंक्रीज किया है. We have increased all the observations by 10. हमने सब में +10 किया है. This means that there is change of origin. ओरिजिन का चेंज हुआ है और जब भी चेंज ऑफ ओरिजिन होता है दैट मींस मेजर्स ऑफ डिस्पर्शन पे उसका कोई अफेक्ट नहीं आता. तो देयर इज नो इम्पैक्ट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ ओरिजिन ऑन मेजर्स ऑफ डिस्पर्शन. सो इस वजह से आंसर हमारा सेम है 8.16. So now most of you have given the answer. Saloni Sharma, Shireen, Tina, Gautam Verma, then Shreya, Vishwakarma, Priyanka, Om Gupta, Bidisha, Apurva, Chanchal, Rohani, Vikas, and Mohammed Shoaib. Everyone has given 8.16. So Apurva now says, oh yes, change of origin is there. So because of change of origin, there will be no impact on the answer. So you can directly answer 8.16. Okay? All perfect. Now, next is if you want to calculate in discrete and continuous series, then formula will change a bit. Then formula will change. So, example number 9, I think you can try this pattern we have done just now. CV will be discussing in few minutes. Then, yes, so let us write the next formula for discrete and continuous series. Standard deviation for discrete and continuous series. Okay. The first formula is again direct method. Direct method. Now, in this method, what we have to do, insert F everywhere. So sigma F x square upon sigma F minus sigma Fx upon sigma F whole square. So this is the formula. Sigma F into x square divided by sigma F minus sigma Fx upon sigma F whole square. So this is basically the direct method. तो हमने क्या किया, फॉर्मूला का जो पैटर्न है वो बिल्कुल सेम है, एज इट इज है. हमने सिर्फ और सिर्फ उसमें फ्रीक्वेंसी को इंसर्ट किया है. ओके. Now the next one is shortcut method. Now, in case of shortcut method, what we have to do? Just replace x with dx. So root sigma f dx square upon sigma f minus sigma f dx upon sigma f whole square. Simply x की जगह आपको क्या लिखना है? dx. Rest everything is same. And dx का मतलब वही है x minus a. X minus a. Then the third one is using mean. Using mean. So standard deviation is equal to root sigma f into x minus x bar whole square upon sigma f. So this is the third formula. So all the formula pattern is same, just you have to insert the frequency and that's it. Okay. So all these formulas are applicable in case of discrete as well as continuous series. So let's take one illustration from here. So illustration number 12, we can start with. This is class interval. 50 to 52, this is a class interval, then 52 to 54, 54 to 56, and so on. Now, we require mid value, that is x. So how do we calculate x? Lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So 50 plus 52 upon 2. We will be getting 51, then 53, 55, 57, and then 59. All these are the mid values. This is the first step. The next step is we have to take deviation. If you want to use shortcut method, then you have to take the deviation. So let us assume 55 as A. 55 as A. So we are taking deviation from 55. So 51 minus 55. So let us calculate in our way. X is given 51, then 53, 55, 57, and then 59. Now we have taken deviation. So deviation you can write dx. So 51 minus 55, we are getting -4, -2, 0, 2, and then 4. This is the deviation. Now frequency is already available. Frequency is 17, 35, 28, 15, and then 5. Total is 100. Now we have to calculate f dx. F into dx. So let us multiply 17 into -4, minus 68, minus 70, 0, 30, and then 20. How much is the total? -88. Also, we have to find f dx square as per the formula. So how do we calculate f dx square? Simply multiply f with f dx. इन दोनों को आप मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, you will get the result. Sorry, multiply dx with f dx because square is on dx. So dx with f dx. So -4 into -68. So you are getting how much? 272. Then next one is -2 into -70. You will get 140, 0, then 60, and then 80. Now add all these figures. How much you are getting? Check the total and let me know. Okay, we have written here 57. It will be 59. So 552 is the total. All right. Now next what you have to do, apply the formula. So we have written the formula, shortcut method, sigma f dx square upon sigma f minus sigma f dx upon sigma f whole square. Now, as per this formula, substitute the values 552 upon 100 minus minus 88 upon 100 whole square. Now simplify this and get the result. And you can use any formula. There is no restriction. You can use any formula. Direct method, shortcut method, as per your convenience. Okay. So find the final answer. The final answer is 2.178. If you round off, you will get 2.18. So Vishal Sharma has given the answer. Bhumika Krishnam Saloni, then Vishal Sharma. Great. So 2.18 is the final answer. So you can use any method as per your choice and get your result. Okay. Now, properties are given. The first property which we have covered right now, if all the observation assume my variable are constant, that means if all the observations are equal, then standard deviation will be 0. When all observations are equal, then standard deviation is 0. So this means that if all the values of variable is k, then standard deviation is 0. And the same result applies for range, mean deviation, that is for everyone. So when all observations are constant, then measure of dispersion will be 0. Then next point which we had covered previously, standard deviation remains unaffected due to change of origin. Change of origin का कोई impact नहीं रहेगा, but it gets affected in the same ratio due to change of scale. तो change of scale का तो impact आता है, but origin का कोई impact नहीं आएगा. Okay? Then, so we had written the formula previously, standard deviation for y is equal to mod b multiplied by standard deviation of x. So you can apply this formula. This we had covered. Now the next formula is combined standard deviation. Yes, this is again the important topic. Combined standard deviation. Now we will be given some observations like first group and second group. Two groups are available having number of observations n1 and n2. Then mean will be given x bar 1 and x bar 2. And then you have to calculate also neta 1, neta 2 will be given, and then you have to calculate neta 1, 2, that is combined standard deviation. So all these figures will be given and simply we have to calculate neta 1, 2. Okay. So Vishal is asking इस chapter का काम इंटर एंड फाइनल लेवल में भी आता है? No. Statistics and mathematics is mainly in your foundation part, and some applications might come in your financial management and some other subjects. but mainly this is for foundation. And one doubt from Unit 1 Set C, we will be taking it later. At present, we have to focus on this topic. All right, Vishal? So let us take one example. Number of observations are given 30 and 20. X bar 1, X bar 2, let's take 10 and 40. Neta 1, 2, and then 3. Now, what is the formula? Let's write the formula first. It is under root of n1 into neta 1 square plus n2 neta 2 square plus n1 d1 square plus n2 d2 square whole divided by n1 plus n2. So this is the formula for combined standard deviation. Now, we have to simply substitute the values in this and get the result. So let's substitute. N1 is 30, neta 1 is 2. So you have to write 2 square plus n2 20, neta 2 3 square plus n1. N1 is 30, d1. Now, what is d here? D means deviation of x bar 1 2 and x bar 1. This is d1. And what is d2? It is x bar 1 2 minus x bar 2. So you have to calculate d1 and d2. So for this d1 and d2, we need to find x bar 1 2 also. So let's calculate x bar 1 2. Now, do you remember the formula for x bar 1 2? It is very easy. N1 x bar 1 plus N2 x bar 2 upon N1 plus N2. This is the formula. Now, 30 into 10 plus 20 into 40 whole divided by 50. Now let's calculate how much we are getting. 300 plus 800 gives 1100 and 1100 divided by 50 is 22. So 22 is x bar 1 2. Now you have to subtract x bar 1 and x bar 2. So how much we are getting? 12, and here you can write negative 80. So just write 12 square and then n2 is 20 into d2 square. So 18 square whole divided by n1 plus n2. So sum is 50. Now just calculate and find the answer. So you can do this on calculator also using the memory function. 2 square multiply by 30, then m plus 3 square multiply by 20, then m plus 12 square multiply by 30, m plus 18 square multiply by 20, then m plus. Then you can find the memory total divided by 50 and then under root. You will get your answer. Okay. So in this way, you can easily calculate standard deviation. This is combined standard deviation, that is neta 1 2. Okay. So everyone has done. So correct answer is 14.89. So Vishnu Kumar has done. So let's recall this once again. So in order to calculate combined mean, what will be our first step? The first step will be to calculate x bar 1, 2. So always find x bar 1, 2 first. Then second step is find d1 and d2. And then the third step is find neta 1, 2. So in this way, we can easily calculate combined standard deviation. Okay, so now everyone has given the answer. That's great. So the first step will be find x bar 1, 2. Second step will be find d1 and d2. So for calculation of d1, what we have to do? Combined mean minus x bar 1. And what is d2? Combined mean minus x bar 2. So in this way, we have to calculate d1 and d2. Okay. Now, next one is coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation, or it is also known as coefficient of standard deviation. So we have done coefficient for range, coefficient for quartile deviation, then coefficient for mean deviation, and this is coefficient of standard deviation, commonly known as coefficient of variation. So in short, we can write CV. CV means coefficient of variation. Okay. Now, this formula is very, very simple. It says standard deviation upon mean multiplied by 100. A standard deviation upon mean into 100. Or you can write using symbols neta upon x bar multiplied by 100. So this is the formula for coefficient of variation. Coefficient of variation. So let's say neta is given 2, the standard deviation is 2, mean is 5. Then find CV. So 2 upon 5 multiplied by 100. It gives 40%. This is coefficient of variation. Okay. All right. Now, message from Mohammed Rain. Rain says, I am your last foundation batch student and learned a lot from your recorded lectures, and your tricks helped me a lot to pass paper 3. And I surely say that you played an important role for me to pass foundation exam in first attempt, just after class 12 boards. And thank you so much, sir. May God give you good as you are. That's great. Congratulations, Mohammed Rain, and best of luck for your future classes. That's great. So everyone has given the answer 40%. So Chiang says your teaching is super. That's great. Thank you so much. So now we have done with coefficient of variation. So let's try the 13th example. Example number 13. If arithmetic mean and coefficient of variation of x are 10 and 40 respectively, find out the variance of 15 minus 2x. 15 minus 2x. So what we have to do, let's take y is equal to 15 minus 2x. Now, coefficient of variation is available. So from coefficient of variation, we can find out standard deviation. So coefficient of variation formula is standard deviation upon mean into 100. So since coefficient of variation for x is given, so we are writing standard deviation of x divided by x bar multiplied by 100. So coefficient of variation is 40 equal to neta x divided by 10 into 100. Let's cancel. So standard deviation of x is 4. Now you have to find out standard deviation of y. So mod b into neta x. So 2 into 4 gives 8. So 8 is the standard deviation. But if you want to find out variance, so variance means square of standard deviation. So it will be 8 square, that is 64. 64 will be your correct answer. All right. Now, 14th one. Compute standard deviation of 9, 5, 8, 6, and 2. This is the same illustration which is covered above. So what is the first part of this question? Find out the standard deviation of this 9, 5, 8, 6, 2. So you can find using any method. So let us calculate the total first. 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 8 is 22, and then plus 6, 28, plus 2 is 30. Now, if you want to find x bar will be 30 divided by 5, that is 6. Then let's apply using mean method, x minus x bar and then whole square. So 9 minus 6 is 3, 3 square is 9. 5 minus 6, 1, 1 square is 1. Then it will be 4, 0, and then 16. Total will be 30. Now, as per the formula, the standard deviation will be root of sigma x minus x bar whole square upon n. So 30 divided by 5 and then root. So we are getting 2.45. So 2.45 is the standard deviation of this first portion. So this we have computed 2.45. Now, using this data, question says without any more computation, obtain the standard deviation of all these three series. Now, without any other application of formula, you have to simply get the result. So let's try how to simplify that. X was given 9, 5, 8, 6, 2. And now the first series is minus 1, minus 5, minus 2, minus 4, minus 8. अब आपको क्या करना है, दोनों सीरीज को कंपेयर करना है। तो ध्यान से देखें सीरीज को और इसे पता लगाना है क्या दोनों में कोई कनेक्शन है या फिर नहीं है। क्या दोनों में कोई कनेक्शन है या नहीं है। सो लेट्स सी 9 एंड माइनस 1, व्हाट इज द गैप। गैप कितना है 9 और माइनस 1 में, गैप ऑफ 10। 5 and minus 5, again gap of 10. 8 and minus 2, gap of 10. तो सब में 10 का गैप दिख रहा है। That means what is the trick? It is x minus 10. X minus 10, that is change of origin. और जब भी change of origin होता है, there is no impact on standard deviation. So standard deviation will remain same, that is 2.45. So since it is change of origin, the result will be same. All right. Now let's try the second one. For second one, the series is 90, 50, 80, 60, and then 20. So this time, what is the logic? Logic क्या है इस बार? पूरी सीरीज को मल्टीप्लाई किया है किससे 10 से। So multiplication by 10, this means there is change of scale. और जब change of scale होता है, then standard deviation will change in the same ratio. तो standard deviation भी 10 से multiply हो जाएगा. So 2.45 multiplied by 10, it will give you 24.5. So this will be your standard deviation. And now let's do this for the third one also. For the third one, it is 23, 15, 21, 17, and then 9. And then 9. So this time, what is the connection? इन दोनों सीरीज में क्या कनेक्शन बन रहा है? This you have to identify. So is there some proper equal gap between them? अगर आप फर्स्ट में देखें तो गैप ऑफ 14 देन गैप ऑफ 10, तो गैप इज नॉट इक्वल एंड नॉट इट इज अ कॉमन मल्टीपल. ना तो ये कॉमन मल्टीपल है, ना तो यहाँ पे प्लस और माइनस कुछ बन रहा है. दैट मीन्स इट माइट बी कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ द टू थिंग्स. दो चीजों का कॉम्बिनेशन है. लेट्स से इफ यू ट्राई 9 into 2 plus 5, so 18 plus 5 is 23, right? Then 5 into 2 is 10 plus 5, 15. 8 into 2 plus 5. 6 into 2 plus 5. 2 into 2 plus 5. So what we are doing? Multiply by 2 and add 5. In each and every case, what we have done, multiply by 2 and add 5. So this is the pattern. So we can write this in the form of an equation. Let's say this is y. So y is equal to x into 2 plus 5. Y is equal to x into 2 plus 5. So now, if you want to calculate a standard deviation of y, then mod of p into neta x. So what will be your answer? 4.90. This is your standard deviation. Okay, this will be your standard deviation. So in this way, you can answer this. So Khushi says, stats में logical reasoning आया है. Yes. So in exam, ये मल्टीपल क्वेश्चंस हो गए यहाँ पर एक एग्जाम्पल में. दिस इज फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, बट एग्जाम में वन क्वेश्चन एट अ टाइम विल बी आस्क्ड, नॉट ऑल द फोर क्वेश्चंस टुगेदर. ओके, so in this way you can solve the standard deviation. So now, before moving further, let's take a break of 10 minutes and then we will be continuing. Okay. is 15th illustration. So let us begin with the 15th one. For a group of 60 boy students, the mean and standard deviation of stats marks are 45 and 2 respectively. So some figures are given. 60 is first group, that is N1. We can say this is N1. Mean is 45, so it will be X bar 1. Standard deviation is 2, so it will be neta 1. The same figures for a group of 40 girls. So it will be N2. 55 is X bar 2 and 3 will be neta 2. So what is the mean and standard deviation of marks if two groups are pooled together? So we have to find out the combined standard deviation. So all these data are given. Always first step is find out X bar 1, 2. That is combined arithmetic mean. So let us begin. N1 into X bar 1. So 60 into 45 plus N2 into X bar 2. 40 multiplied by 55 divided by N1 plus N2. 60 plus 40. So we are getting how much? 49. 49 is the combined arithmetic mean. Second step is to calculate D1 and D2. So X bar 1, 2 minus X bar 1. So 49 minus 45 and then 49 minus 55. So we are getting D1 and D2 now. The third step is to apply the formula for combined standard deviation. So neta 1, 2. So N1 60 into neta 1 square. So how is neta 1? 2, so 2 is 2 square. Plus N2 40 into 3 square plus 60 into 4 square and then 40 into negative 6 square. So all these are the formula. Apply all these are the values. Now divided by N1 plus N2. So 60 plus 40. So 60 into 4. So let's simplify this on the calculator and get the result. 2 square into 60 and plus 3 square into 40 and plus 4 square into 60 and plus 6 square into 40 and plus then total and then divided by 100. So 3000 divided by 100. So how much we are getting? Root 30. And root 30 is 5.48. So 5.48 becomes your final answer. Okay. So Priyanka Kumari has given, Shreya Vishwakarma has also given, Om Gupta has given. Okay, perfect. Now, in the similar manner, you can try this 16th illustration as well. It is same. You have to find out what is the combined salary, combined mean salary, and combined standard deviation of the salary. So in the same manner, you can do this. But second portion is a bit different. Second portion says, examine which factory is more consistent in structure for satisfying its employees. नाउ कंसिस्टेंसी का सवाल है, तो जब भी कंसिस्टेंसी की बात आती है तो हमें यूज करना है CV, कोफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएशन. So let us understand this. If CV is more, अगर CV ज्यादा है, अगर कोफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएशन ज्यादा है, it means that variation is more, fluctuation is more. तो जितना वेरिएशन ज्यादा होगा, जितना फ्लक्चुएशन ज्यादा होगा, उतनी रिस्क भी ज्यादा होगी, उतनी रिस्क भी ज्यादा होगी। एंड सिमिलरली इफ CV इज लेस, अगर कोफिशिएंट ऑफ वेरिएशन कम है, दैट मींस फ्लक्चुएशन इज लेस, और जब फ्लक्चुएशन कम होगा, दैट मींस रिस्क भी क्या होगी, कम होगी। नाउ रिस्क एंड कंसिस्टेंसी दोनों चलते हैं ऑपोजिट। जहां पर रिस्क ज्यादा है, वहां कंसिस्टेंसी क्या होगी, कम। एंड जहां रिस्क कम है, वहां कंसिस्टेंसी ज्यादा होगी। तो इन शॉर्ट यू कैन राइट डाउन दिस रिलेशनशिप कि अगर CV ज्यादा है, इफ CV इज मोर, देन रिस्क विल बी मोर एंड कंसिस्टेंसी विल बी लेस। On the other hand, if CV is less, then risk will be less and consistency will be greater. Okay. So in the given case, you can find out CV. Let us calculate the CV for factory A and factory B. So CVA. What is the formula? Standard deviation upon mean into 100. So standard deviation is 10, mean is 4800 into 100. And then CVB 12 upon 5000 into 100. So what are the figures? Let's calculate. 10 divide 4800 into 100. 0.208. On other side, 0.24. So what is the requirement? Which has more consistent structure. तो किसमें consistency ज्यादा है? तो जिसका CV कम होगा, उसमें consistency ज्यादा होगी. Therefore, factory A is more consistent. Factory A का variation कम है, so it is more consistent. Okay. Now, 17th is a different one. Let's try 17th also. A student computes arithmetic mean and standard deviation for a set of 100 observations as 50 and 5 respectively. So what is the data given till now? 100 observations. So it is N. Arithmetic mean is 50. So this is X bar. And standard deviation is 5. So it is neta. So later on, she discovers that she has made a mistake in taking one observation as 60 instead of 50. Now, this language is very much important. What is the mistake she had done? She has taken one observation 60 in place of 50. So correct observation was 50 and wrong observation was 60. All right. Now, what would be the correct mean and standard deviation if the wrong observation is left out? So if you want to remove this wrong observation, then what will be the correct mean and correct standard deviation? Okay, so let's calculate. So if you see the formula for X bar, it is sum of all observation divided by number of observation. So at present, X bar is 50. Sigma X we don't know, but N is available, N is 100. So from here, sigma X is 5000. But this sigma X is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because X bar is wrongly given in the question. Because एक वैल्यू गलत है क्वेश्चन में, तो उस वजह से अभी सारा डेटा हमारे पास रॉन्ग वाला अवेलेबल है. So wrong sigma x is available. Now, what we have to do, we have to remove the wrong observation this time. So now, if you remove one observation, so new sigma x will be 5000 minus 60, that is 4940. And number of observations will be 100 minus 1, that is 99. So now you have to find the new x bar. So x bar will be 4940 divided by 99. 4940 divided by 99. So you will get the answer 49.89. Okay. So in this way, you can calculate new arithmetic mean. Also, similarly, you can find out standard deviation also. So if you want to calculate new standard deviation, so let's calculate. The formula for standard deviation is root sigma x square upon n minus sigma x upon n whole square. And this sigma x upon n means x bar. So you can also write x bar square. Now, standard deviation is available 5, but this is wrong data. Sigma x square is not available. N is 100. Then sigma x we have computed, wrong one. Or you can directly write x bar. X bar is available 50 and then whole square. So let us simplify this in order to calculate sigma x square. तो क्योंकि अभी हमारे पास सिग्मा एक्स स्क्वायर अवेलेबल नहीं है, तो पहले हम रॉन्ग सिग्मा एक्स स्क्वायर को फाइंड आउट करेंगे और उसके बाद उसमें करेंगे करेक्शन. तो पहले हम फर्स्ट स्टेप में क्या करेंगे, रॉन्ग सिग्मा एक्स स्क्वायर को कैलकुलेट करते हैं. सो स्क्वेयरिंग बोथ साइड्स, 25 is equal to sigma x square upon 100 minus 2500. Now you can take the LCM. So 2500 sigma x square minus 2,50,000. So sigma x square will be 2,52,500. This is the wrong one. Now, in order to make the new sigma x square, you have to remove the wrong observation. तो यहां से रॉन्ग ऑब्जर्वेशन को रिमूव करना है. रॉन्ग ऑब्जर्वेशन क्या लिया हमने, 60. तो 60 की बजाय 60 का स्क्वायर लेस करना है, बिकॉज वी आर फाइंडिंग सिग्मा एक्स स्क्वायर. तो 60 का स्क्वायर हमें यहां से लेस करना है. तो लेट अस कैलकुलेट. 252,500 minus 3,600, it is 248,900. Now, what will be the standard deviation? Standard deviation will be root, then sigma x square is available, divided by number of observations are 99 now, minus new x bar. New x bar is 49.9 whole square. Now simplify this and get the result. Koshi is asking, 5 marks question will be asked in exam. No, only 1 markers question are asked. Okay. So your correct answer is 4.91. This is the standard deviation. So let's recall this, what we have done in this part. सबसे पहला स्टेप था फाइंड करेक्ट एक्स बार. तो करेक्ट एक्स बार करने के लिए हमने फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या किया है, एक्स बार का फॉर्मूला यूज किया, दैट इज सिग्मा एक्स अपॉन एन. तो एक्स बार इज अवेलेबल, एन इज अवेलेबल. तो इससे हमने सिग्मा एक्स कैलकुलेट किया। लेकिन ये जो सिग्मा एक्स है ये है रॉन्ग वैल्यू वाला, बिकॉज वी हैव टेकन वन वैल्यू एज रॉन्ग। नाउ वी हैव डन द करेक्शन। नाउ व्हाट वाज द करेक्शन, क्वेश्चन ने बोला था इस रॉन्ग ऑब्जर्वेशन को आपको रिमूव करना है। तो देयरफॉर वी हैव सबट्रैक्टेड 60 फ्रॉम दिस, एंड 60 सबट्रैक्ट करते ही आपके पास आ गया करेक्ट सिग्मा एक्स, एंड करेक्ट सिग्मा एक्स आ गया। नाउ द नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन लेफ्ट आउट आर ओनली 99 बिकॉज वी हैव लेफ्ट one incorrect observation. Now x bar will be 4940 divided by 99. You are getting 49.89, or you can round off 49.90. So this is the first part to calculate correct arithmetic mean. Now, in the second part, to calculate correct standard deviation, we had applied a formula of the standard deviation. And in this formula, neta is available, n is available, x bar is available, बाकी सारी वैल्यूज अवेलेबल है। तो हमने यहां से फाइंड आउट किया है किसको, सिग्मा एक्स स्क्वायर को। तो हमने पहले सिग्मा एक्स स्क्वायर को कैलकुलेट किया, बट दिस इज द रॉन्ग वन। पहले कौन सा आया, रॉन्ग वाला आ गया हमारे पास। अब रॉन्ग में क्या करना है, करेक्शन करना है, और इसमें से रॉन्ग वाली वैल्यू को रिमूव करेंगे। तो वी हैव रिमूव्ड 60 स्क्वायर। Now applying the same formula again with the correct values. So this is correct sigma x square, this is correct n, and this is correct x bar. So all these correct values we are getting 4.91 as the standard deviation. Okay. तो एग्जाम में कभी कभार कुछ क्वेश्चंस थोड़े से लेंदी आ सकते हैं, जैसे कि ये क्वेश्चन है, तो दिस क्वेश्चन इज क्वाइट लेंदी। एग्जाम में सारे क्वेश्चन लेंदी नहीं होते हैं, बट 100 में से यू कैन अज्यूम दैट 5 to 10 क्वेश्चंस माइट बी लेंदी। 5 to 10 क्वेश्चन लेंदी हो सकते हैं। दैट मीन्स 90 to 95 क्वेश्चन विल बी comprising of easy ones, or it will be of average questions, not lengthy questions. So most of the question, or majority of the questions, are easy and average. Okay. Lengthy are very few, 5 to 10 questions. Palak is asking, GST plus and GST calculators are allowed in exam. See, GST is having no use, but if it is on your calculator, then no problem. This is Such type of calculators are allowed in exams. Whether text button is there, no need to worry for that also. It is allowed. Then Shamia Khan is asking, this type of long question come in exam. See, very few time, but yes, this might come in exams. And this has already came into exam 2 years back. So ऐसे क्वेश्चन कभी कभार एग्जाम में आ सकते हैं, बट नॉट ऑल विल बी लेंदी। सारे क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में लेंदी नहीं होते हैं। तो आपको अपने अकॉर्डिंग प्रिपरेशन रखनी है, बस इस चीज का आपको ध्यान रखना है ना। सेकेंड पार्ट में क्वेश्चन ने बोला है, रॉन्ग ऑब्जर्वेशन इज रिप्लेस्ड बाय द करेक्ट वन। रॉन्ग की जगह पे करेक्ट वैल्यू रखनी है। तो इस बार क्या करेंगे, जहां भी आपने -60 किया है उसके साथ में +50 कर देना है। सिंपली एड 50, जहां भी -60 किया है वहां पे +50 कर दें, बिकॉज 50 इज द करेक्ट वैल्यू। ओके, एंड रेस्ट एवरीथिंग इज सेम। Then quartile deviation we had already completed in the previous session. Now this one, 21st example. Let's do this 21st example. The mean and variance of 5 observations are 4.8 and 6.16 respectively. So n is 5, mean is 4.8, variance, so neta square is 6.16. If 3 observations are 2, 3 and 6, what are the remaining observations? तो बाकी observations क्या है वो हमें नहीं पता. So let's assume the remaining 2 observations be A and B. बाकी remaining दोनों observations को हमने assume किया है कितना, A and B. Okay, now as per the formula, x bar is equal to sigma x upon n. So it is 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus a and plus b divided by number of observations are 5 equal to mean. Mean is 4.80. Now let us calculate. 11 plus a plus b equal to 24. So you can write this down. A plus b equal to 13. This is the first equation which we are getting. Now second is of variance. Variance के लिए क्या करना है? 6.16 and then root. Now this becomes standard deviation. Apply the formula for standard deviation. Sigma x square upon n. सारे ऑब्जर्वेशन को स्क्वायर करके ऐड करना है. This is x square upon n minus sigma x upon n whole square. So 4.8 square. Now we can remove root from both the sides. So squaring both sides, we will be getting 6.16 equal to 4, 9, 36 a square b square upon 5 minus 4.8 square. So it will be 23.04. So root will be removed from here. Now we can simplify this and get the result. Take the LCM. So LCM will be 5 and 5 will be multiplied here. So 30.80, 49 plus a square plus b square and then minus 115.2. Now on simplification, how much we are getting? Or you can directly send this on other side. That will be easy for the calculation. It will become 30, 6.16 plus 23.04 equal to 49 plus a square plus b square. Right? So let's simplify this and you are getting an equation. A square plus b square is equal to 97. A square plus b square is equal to 97. Now, two equations are available. Using these two equations, you can find out the two numbers. So if we apply the formula a square plus b square, now plus and minus, if we apply plus 2ab minus 2ab, then you can get the result or not. So one way is to simplify using the options. If you try using option here, it will be very easy. Like let's say option will be given here 10 and 3, 9 and 4, 8 and 5, and then none of these. Now you have to check this option in both the equation. ऑप्शन को आपको दोनों इक्वेशन में चेक करना है. तो जो ऑप्शन दोनों इक्वेशन को सेटिस्फाई करेगा, दैट विल बी योर करेक्ट आंसर. So let us apply the first option in the first equation. So a plus b equal to 13. So their sum is 13. First condition is satisfied. Then sum of square, a square plus b square, 10 square plus 3 square. It is 97. No, this is not 97. Then check the second one. 9 plus 4 is 13. First condition is satisfied. For second condition, 9 square is 81. 4 square is 16. So 97. So second condition is also satisfied. So therefore, option number B is the correct answer. Okay. So 9 and 4. In this way, you can easily calculate. Then this is similar question which we had done previously. Wages of two factories are given, and you have to find out wages are more variable in which factory. That means you have to compare these two. तो जब भी आपको comparison करना है दो चीजों के बीच में, always find coefficient of variation and CV निकाल के you can easily answer. So this we have already done. Now let us try some question from the back. 14th one. If the profit of a company remains same for last 10 months, पिछले 10 महीनों से कंपनी का प्रॉफिट सेम है, then standard deviation of profits for these 10 months would be, if profit is same, profit is constant, then standard deviation is zero. Standard deviation is zero. Which measure of dispersion is considered for finding pooled measure? That means combined dispersion किसमें निकलता है? In standard deviation. A shift of origin has no impact on. Change of origin का impact किस पे नहीं होता है? किसी पे नहीं होता. Range, mean deviation, standard deviation, all of these. Then 18. The standard deviation of 10 and 16. See, only two kinds of observations are there and both are in equal quantity. So you can easily calculate 16 minus 10 upon 2. H minus L upon 2, half of range. Answer will be 3. For any two numbers, standard deviation is always option B, half of range. Okay, then next one. Now, these are all the mixed question. Let's try some of them. Seventh one we have already done yesterday. Coefficient of mean deviation for first 9 natural numbers. So this we had done yesterday. That means in the previous session, 400 upon 9 was the answer. Then the next one, let's try some of them. Yes, eighth one. If the relationship between x and y is given, 5y minus 3x equal to 10. Mean deviation about mean for x is 12. Then find out the mean deviation of y about mean. So you have to calculate mean deviation of y. So let's calculate. Arrange the series 5y minus 3x equal to 10. So 5y equal to 10 plus 3x and y is equal to 10 by 5 plus 3 by 5x. So here mean deviation of y is mod of b into mean deviation of x. So multiply by 12. So it will become 36 upon 5, 7.2. Option number A. Okay. Option number A. Then ninth one. Let's solve ninth also. If two variables x and y are related by 2x plus 3y minus 7, mean and mean deviation about x. That means x bar is given and mean deviation of x is given. You have to find out coefficient of mean deviation of y. So coefficient is required. So let us arrange them first. 3y equal to 7 minus 2x. So y equal to 7 by 3 minus 2 by 3 of x. Now what we have to do? Find out mean deviation of y. So mod b into zero point 0.3. How much we are getting? 0.2. So mean deviation is available now. But our requirement is find coefficient of mean deviation of y. So what is the formula? Mean deviation upon mean into 100. Now, mean deviation is available for y zero point 0.2, but mean of y is not available. So you have to find out the mean of y. So how can we find out? Just substitute the value in the equation. So 2 into value of x is 1 plus 3y minus 7 equal to 0. So 3y is equal to 5. Y equals 5 by 3. Y is equal to 5 by 3. So let's simplify. How much you are getting? 12. So 12 is the coefficient of mean deviation of y. So in this way, you can calculate. So correct answer is option number B. Now there is a demand for question number 5. But this 5 I think is very easy. What is the value of mean deviation about mean for the following numbers? See, in this case, you have to find out mean deviation about mean. So find out the mean first. 5, 8, 6, 3, and 4. First step is add all the observations. So 5 plus 8, 13, plus 6, 19, plus 3, 22, and then 26. Okay. Then x bar will be 26 upon 5. That is 5.2. Now for mean deviation, you required mod x minus x bar. So 0.2. Then next will be 2.8, 0.8, then 2.2, 1.2. Okay. Then add these, then apply the formula and get the result. So total is 7.2. Now, as per the formula for mean deviation, it is sigma mod x minus x bar upon n. So 7.2 upon 5 gives 1.44. Okay. So option number is C. Then there is a demand from Vishal Sharma. Question number 3 from set C of unit 1. See, in unit 1 will be central tendency. And third question from set number C. Let's see what kind of question is there. Find the median and model profit. That is mode and median you have to calculate. Profits are given. See, below 5, below 10, below 15. So in each and every case, there is a gap of 5. There is a gap of 5 and figures are in thousand. So therefore, we have to maintain the gap of 5. The first class interval will be below 5. So 0 to 5,000, then 5 to 10,000, 10 to 15,000, 15 to 20,000, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. This is the class interval. Now we have to find the frequency also. Below 5, 5 से कम जितने भी observations है वो कितने हैं 10. Now below 10 includes the value of 0 to 5 also. So आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, इन दोनों का डिफरेंस लेना है, that is 15. Then from 10 to 15, what is the value? It will be 20. Then from 15 to 20, frequency will be 10. 20 to 25, frequency will be 7. And 25 to 30, frequency will be 3. So in this way, you have to find out the frequency. And after finding the frequency, you can apply the formula. Now you can apply the formula for median. So find CF. So CF was basically already given in the question. That was CF only. Now, rank of median. Rank of median. It is n upon 2. So 65 by 2 gives 32.5. So it will be covered in which, in 10 to 15, because 45 is there and it will be covered in 10 to 15. So lower limit is 10. I will be 5. 20 is the frequency. 25 will become C. Okay. Now apply the formula for median. L plus n by 2 minus C upon F into I. So 10 plus 32.5 minus 25 upon 20 into 5. You can simplify and get the answer. So you are getting 11.875. Now the figures are in thousand. So multiply by 1000. You will get 11,875 as the median. Okay. All right. Now let's come back. So ninth we have done. नाइन्थ में आपको क्या करना था, मीन डेविएशन ऑफ वाई कैलकुलेट करना था. एंड वाई का कोफिशिएंट ऑफ मीन डेविएशन कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आपको चाहिए था वाई का मीन डेविएशन एंड वाई का अर्थमेटिक मीन. तो पहले हमने दोनों को कैलकुलेट किया, वाई का अर्थमेटिक मीन एज वेल एज वाई का मीन डेविएशन, एंड देन वी हैड अप्लाइड द फॉर्मूला. ओके. आयुष इज आस्किंग 5 का एक्स बार हमने कैसे कैलकुलेट किया, सिग्मा एक्स अपॉन एन. सो 26 डिवाइडेड बाय नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन इज 5. So x bar become 5.2. Okay. Deviation is b. Find out standard deviation of x minus a upon b. इसका standard deviation calculate करना है. So let this be equal to y. Now what is mod b here? Mod b का मतलब क्या है, जो वैल्यू x के पास अवेलेबल है. So mod b is basically 1 upon b. So standard deviation of y is mod b into standard deviation of x. So 1 by b multiply by b. You are getting 1. So your answer will be 1. Okay, this is done. Then next is demand for question number 20. Okay, let's do 20 also. The mean and standard deviation for A, B, and 2 are. So three observations are there, A, B, and 2. Of these three observations, mean is 3 and standard deviation is 2 by root 3. The value of AB would be, you have to find out the value of AB. AB का value calculate करना है. Okay, no problem. So let's do this. So for calculation of x bar, the formula is sigma x upon n. So A plus B plus 2 upon 3. Because three observations are there and mean is also 3. So from here, A plus B is equal to 7. This is the first equation. This is the first equation. Now, for the second one, standard deviation is there. So you can apply the formula for standard deviation, root sigma x square upon n minus x bar whole square. So neta is 2 upon root 3 equal to root sigma x square. So a square, b square, 2 square upon 3 minus x bar. X bar is 3 square. Now you can squaring both sides. So 4 upon 3 is equal to a square, b square plus 4 upon 3 minus 9. So let's take the LCM 3. So a square, b square plus 4 minus 27 upon 3 upon 3. So 3 will get cancelled. 4 and 4 will get cancelled. So a square plus b square is equal to 27. Okay. Now, if we add like plus 2ab minus 2ab plus 2ab and minus 2ab, then it will become a plus b whole square minus 2ab is equal to 27. Now value of a plus b we have computed above, it is 7. हमने इसकी value ऊपर already calculate करके रखी है. It is 7. So 7 square minus 27 is equal to 2ab. So 49 minus 27 equal to 2ab. So what is the value of ab? 22 by 2, that is 11. So 11 is the correct answer. Okay. Question number 11 becomes the correct answer. Then second one, Priyanka is asking about question number 2. See, in question number 2, basically what is given, if Rx and Ry denotes range of x and y respectively, and x and y are related by 3x plus 2y plus 10. So since only one equation is there and it denotes range of x and range of y, so basically what will be the ratio between their ranges? So of course it will be in the same pattern 3 and 2. So it will remain same. So there is nothing to do in this question. The answer will remain in the same pattern 3 times and then 2 times. So you will directly get your answer. Okay. So this is also done. So I think we have completed this chapter. All variety is done. All the four measures of dispersions are done. Ardhenu Vishwas is saying answer for question 20 is given 5. No, the correct answer is 11 only. Okay, do not worry. Correct answer is 11. Dev Jyoti Poddar is asking for question number 10. Okay, let's solve 10th also. In this 10th, you have to find out mean deviation about mode. Okay, so let's do this. Mean deviation about mode. X 4 by 11, 6 by 11, 8 by 11, 9 by 11, 12 by 11, and again 8 by 11. So first of all, you have to calculate mode in this series. So mode means highest repetitive number. So 8 by 11 is getting repeated. So 8 by 11 becomes the mode. So 8 by 11 क्या है हमारा? ये हमारा mode है. Now, next step is mod x minus z. So 4 by 11 minus 8 by 11 will give you 4 by 11. Then 2 by 11. Next is 0, 1 by 11, 4 by 11, then 0. So what will be the total? 11 by 11, that is 1. Now, according to formula, mean deviation will be sigma mod x minus z upon n. So it will be 1 divided by number of observations are 6. So your answer will be 1 upon 6. 1 upon 6. Okay. Then Vishal Sharma is asking, please share your CA journey. Sure. Okay. See, before, if I talk about myself, मेरा जो subject selection था in class 11th, in 11th class I had opted science, but 11th का जब पूरा session complete हुआ, 12th का start हुआ, I was not comfortable with science. Science मुझे पसंद नहीं आ रहा था, मेरे marks भी कम आ रहे थे, so I was not comfortable. And at last मैंने class 12th में अपना subject को change किया and I had taken commerce in class 12th. तो बड़ा मुश्किल होता है जब आप सब्जेक्ट को चेंज करते हैं बिकॉज यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड लाइक हाउ अकाउंटेंसी हाउ टू अकोमोडेट विद अकाउंटेंसी स्पेशली, क्योंकि क्लास 12th में आपको क्लास 11th का भी अकाउंट्स पहले करना पड़ेगा और उसके बाद में 12th. तो क्लास 12th में जब मैंने कॉमर्स में शिफ्ट किया तो 1 मंथ के अंदर मैंने पूरा अपना 11th का अकाउंट्स को कंप्लीट किया एंड आफ्टर कंप्लीटेड माय अकाउंटिंग आई स्टार्टेड विद क्लास 12th एंड क्लास 12th के साथ साथ में माय ड्रीम वाज टू बिकम अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, सो आई फिल्ड द फॉर्म फॉर सीए. नाउ एट दैट टाइम सीए वाज हैविंग PE1, प्रोफेशनल एजुकेशन 1. This kind of course was there, PE1, and all the subjects were subjective. 4 subjects, 400 marks, but subjective. So I had completed my class 12 in May 2006. एंड उस वक्त का पैटर्न क्या था? अगर आपने क्लास 12 कंप्लीट किया है तभी आप सीए का फॉर्म फिल कर सकते हैं एंड एग्जाम विल बी ड्यू आफ्टर 1 ईयर. सो मई 2007 के अंदर मेरा एग्जाम ड्यू था. But in between, CACPT was introduced, that is Common Proficiency Test, and my exams were preponed. Exams preponed हो गए. Normally क्या होता था, एग्जाम पोस्टपोन होते थे, बट उस वक्त एग्जाम प्रीपोन हो गए नवंबर 2006. नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द सिचुएशन कि सितंबर का महीना था, सितंबर का टाइम आ चुका था एंड सितंबर में अगर एक अनाउंसमेंट आता है कि आपको एग्जाम मई 2007 में नहीं नवंबर 2006 में ही देना है, 6 महीने पहले देना है. आप अगर सोच कर देखें, आपको बोला जाए अभी नहीं नेक्स्ट मंथ आपको एग्जाम देना है, तो आर यू प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट? तो ये सेम सिचुएशन मेरे साथ में थी. तो मुझे लगा क्या मैं एग्जाम मुझे देना चाहिए और आई शुड ट्राई फॉर द नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट. बट मुझे सबने सपोर्ट किया, कोशिश भी मैंने किया एंड आई अपियर फॉर CACPT फर्स्ट एग्जाम्स. एंड फर्स्ट एग्जाम में एक बड़ा चैलेंज भी था बिकॉज बुक्स वर नॉट लॉन्च एट दैट टाइम. बुक्स अवेलेबल नहीं थी एमसीक्यू पैटर्न के लिए, तो बुक्स हमारे पास वही थी सब्जेक्टिव वाली, बट एग्जाम देना था ऑब्जेक्टिव में। 100% पेपर था ऑब्जेक्टिव, बट हमारे पास जो बुक्स एंड स्टडी मटेरियल अवेलेबल था दैट वाज 100% फॉर सब्जेक्टिव, सो दिस वाज अ चैलेंज। बट फिर भी हम लोगों ने चैलेंज को एक्सेप्ट किया, एंड 12 नवंबर 2006 को था सीएससीपीटी का फर्स्ट एग्जाम। एक ही दिन में आपको सारे पेपर देने हैं, वेदर इट इज अकाउंटेंसी, लॉ, मैथमेटिक्स, स्टैटिस्टिक्स, इकोनॉमिक्स, एवरीथिंग इन वन डे। तो आई appeared for the CA CPT एग्जाम्स, एंड 2 दिसंबर 2006 को मेरा रिजल्ट आ गया, एंड I got good marks. I secured good marks and easily passed CA CPT examination. सो अगर यू कैन अज्यूम दैट कि मेरी क्लास ट्वेल्थ में इतना अच्छा मेरा बैकग्राउंड नहीं था, मेरा कॉमर्स का स्ट्रॉन्ग बैकग्राउंड नहीं था। क्लास ट्वेल्थ में आई सिंपली स्कोर 66%, दैट्स इट। क्लास ट्वेल्थ में मेरा ये स्कोर था, एंड आई होप मोस्ट ऑफ यू ने अभी जो आपका क्लास ट्वेल्थ का स्कोर है वो इससे ज्यादा ही रहा होगा, मोर देन 66%। तो अगर मैंने 66% क्लास ट्वेल्थ में लाने के बाद सीए का एग्जाम, सी फाउंडेशन एग्जाम एक बार में अच्छे मार्क्स के साथ में क्लियर किया, देन ऑफ कोर्स यू आल्सो कैन डू इट। एंड आई हैड सिक्योर्ड अराउंड 75% ऑफ मार्क्स। तो जब मेरे इतना मार्क्स आ सकता है तो ऑफ कोर्स आपके भी पॉसिबल है। आफ्टर दैट इन 2006 पहले सिस्टम क्या था, सीपीटी के जस्ट बाद में आर्टिकलशिप स्टार्ट होती थी फॉर 3.5 years। अभी तो टाइम और कम हो गया है, पहले था 3.5 years, एंड आई स्टार्टेड माई आर्टिकलशिप। और जो मेरी फर्स्ट ऑडिट मैंने की थी आर्टिकलशिप में, दैट वाज माय क्लास ट्वेल्थ स्कूल। जिस स्कूल से मैंने क्लास ट्वेल्थ पास किया था, उसी स्कूल की मैंने ऑडिट करना शुरू कर दिया। जस्ट इन द वेरी नेक्स्ट ईयर 2006 में जिस स्कूल से मैंने पास किया, 2007 में उसी स्कूल की ऑडिट से मैंने शुरुआत की। तो नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड कितना अच्छा फील होता है आपको कि जिस स्कूल से आप निकल रहे हैं वहीं की आप ऑडिट भी कर रहे हैं जस्ट इन द नेक्स्ट ईयर। और उसके बाद मेरी सीए की जर्नी कंटिन्यू रहने लगी। देन आई ट्राइड फॉर सीए इंटरमीडिएट, एंड सीए इंटरमीडिएट मेरा एग्जाम लगा आफ्टर 1.5 year, एंड ऑल्सो आई क्लियर दैट ऑल्सो, बोथ द ग्रुप्स टुगेदर। उसके साथ साथ मेरा फाइनल का एग्जाम्स की भी मैंने तैयारी करना शुरू कर दिया। देन आई वाज नॉट बेसिकली फ्रॉम लाइक गुड फाइनेंशियल बैकग्राउंड, तो मुझे साथ में कहीं ना कहीं जॉब भी करना था। तो सीए आर्टिकलशिप कंप्लीट होने के बाद आई स्टार्टेड टीचिंग। मैंने टीचिंग करना शुरू कर दिया, एंड आई स्टार्टेड टीचिंग अकाउंटेंसी, मैथमेटिक्स। नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड अकाउंट्स मेरा कोर सब्जेक्ट नहीं था कभी, बट मैंने अपनी टीचिंग अकाउंटेंसी के साथ में स्टार्ट की, ऑल्सो मैथमेटिक्स। देन आई स्टार्टेड टीचिंग। आई कंप्लीटेड माई ग्रेजुएशन इन 2009। 2009 में मैंने ग्रेजुएशन कंप्लीट किया, एंड 2010 के अंदर जैसे ही मेरी आर्टिकलशिप कंप्लीट हुई, मैंने उसी कॉलेज में पढ़ाना स्टार्ट कर दिया। नाउ यू कैन अज्यूम, जिस कॉलेज से आपने पास आउट किया है, जस्ट वेरी नेक्स्ट ईयर यू आर अ लेक्चरर इन दैट कॉलेज। नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट फीलिंग कि अगर आप कोई भी चीज शिद्दत से चाहते हो, शिद्दत से पढ़ाई करते हो, तो वो चीज आपको मिलेगी ही मिलेगी, डेफिनेटली मिलेगी। तो मैंने जिस तरह से काम किया है, अगर आप भी उसी तरह से करेंगे तो आपको ये बहुत अच्छा फील होगा। जिन टीचर्स के साथ मैं पढ़ रहा था, जिन टीचर्स ने मुझे पढ़ाया, नेक्स्ट ईयर में उनके साथ में पढ़ाने लगा। सो दिस वाज माय बेसिक जर्नी एट दैट टाइम। और 2011 के अंदर 2011 के अंदर मेरा सीए कंप्लीट हो गया, नवंबर 2011। एंड उसके बाद में स्टार्टेड टीचिंग टू सीए स्टूडेंट्स एज वेल। तो जहां से, जिस इंस्टीट्यूशन से मैंने सीए पास किया था, उसी इंस्टीट्यूशन के अंदर मैंने नेक्स्ट ईयर से पढ़ाना स्टार्ट कर दिया। तो जिन टीचर्स से मैंने पढ़ा था, उन टीचर्स के साथ मैंने नेक्स्ट ईयर पढ़ाना शुरू कर दिया। तो ऑलवेज यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस फीलिंग, ये फीलिंग कैसी हो सकती है। तो इस तरह की बहुत सारी सिचुएशंस आपकी लाइफ में आएंगी। आपको भी कहीं ना कहीं चैलेंजेस आएंगे, हर किसी की लाइफ में डिफरेंट चैलेंजेस होते हैं। बट आपको क्या करना है, चैलेंज को एक्सेप्ट करना है और आगे बढ़ जाना है, ताकि जब आपसे कोई पूछे कि आपकी सीए की जर्नी क्या है, तो अपनी स्टोरी को शेयर कर सकें। हो सकता है आपकी स्टोरी को सुन के कुछ दो चार लोग भी अगर मोटिवेट हो जाएं, तो हमारा एम जो है वो सफल हो जाए। right? So this was my overall CA journey. So I hope everyone can clear your exam with good marks in this December attempt only. Okay. So Palak is saying thank you so much हमें मोटिवेट करने के लिए. Palak is saying आपकी सीए जर्नी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है. विशाल शर्मा से सैल्यूट. Om Gupta says wow awesome CA journey of your heads off. Asha Begum says, you are the best. So thank you so much guys for your love and affection. So I hope आप सबके भी इसी तरह से अच्छे मार्क्स आए और हम इसी तरह से जुड़े रहें. आपकी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स फटाफट से सॉल्व हो जाए और आप बहुत अच्छा मार्क्स सिक्योर करें. Let's meet again in the next session. Till then, bye everyone. Take care and see you soon.